Hey everyone, it's Nelson Miller here with PA Creative. Today we have an update to our Divi Timer Pro plugin. So this is our Evergreen and Auto-Restart countdown timer module for Divi, and we have taken this plugin to the next level. We have added a ton of features like recurrences and auto-restart, how many times you want it to restart, cookie duration, and standard timer, and bunch of ending options. Do we want to hide the timer, show a message, show a section? Do we want to hide a section? All that stuff. So I'm just really excited about how this plugin has matured and what it can do right now in version 2.0. Let's take a look at the video and get started. All right, so this is the release post video. So we're just going over the things that are new in 2.0, so it's not really a how-to video or anything like that, so be on the lookout for other videos on that type of thing and in our documentation. But this is a release video, so basically we're just talking about what's new. And like I said there in the intro, we have a lot of new things. We're excited, and I just want to point out that the best place to get the quick view of what is changed is always in our changelog. Anytime you are in our documentation area, you can find the changelog like here on the side. So you can go check that out. But this post is really the best place to find out what's new. So basically, what's new with the Evergreen timer? Well, we added a really helpful and needed feature called cookie duration. And basically, this now lets you set, the duration of how long the user's session, the website visitor comes to your page, they land on it, and the countdown timer starts. So this lets you set, well, how long, until they would come back again. Like maybe in like another month they come back, and you don't want them to just be like, oh, sorry, the timer's ended, but maybe you'll have a new offer by then or whatever. So you can set the timer duration, and you can set it in days, hours, and minutes. So that's really helpful, setting it, and it the timer starts when they land on the page, and maybe you have it for like 4 hours. Well, you might want the cookie duration to be 7 days or whatever it is. And if they refresh the page or go away and come back during that period of time, that 4 hours, the countdown timer would keep counting down. And if they come back anytime after those 4 hours within those 7 days, well, then it will show the expiry actions, which we'll get to. So that's really exciting. As far as the auto restart feature, our recurring timer, there's a couple new features that work together there. The first one is recurrences. Now, recurrences is kind of how it sounds, but you can choose to just set it forever, indefinitely. It's going to keep restarting. So let's say you had a church service, for example, every Sunday at 9 a.m. or a live stream or a meeting, whatever it was. Maybe it was every day. Maybe you had something every day or every 7 days or whatever. You could set it to just keep recurring. Or maybe you have something that's you only want it to do it 3 times. Okay. So you choose custom for the recurrences, and then you choose the number. So that's really cool. Now you can kind of use that with our new feature called pause interval. So basically, now you could have a pause during, between the time, between when it restarts. Okay. Someone who suggested this feature was working for a church, and they wanted a live stream or a sermon to be going on, let's say from 9 a.m. to 11, right? So 2 hours. Well, they wanted the timer to be off for those 2 hours. But then if someone would come Sunday evening, it would stay 6 days, 18 hours, whatever, counting down to the next one a while. So that use case there is just one of the many that you could use. It would work great for like a webinar or a live stream, whatever, where there's, you set a period of time for it to be paused, and whether that's a few days or whatever it is, and then, that would restart again. So the recurrences and the pause interval in the auto restart timer, they go together a lot. Here you can see I have screenshots and everything in the blog post. Be sure to check out the written post here if you're watching this on YouTube. And again, always everything is in the documentation. Always check the documentation for lots of explanations of everything. Now, the expiry actions are really exciting too, because in the past, all you could do was choose one or the other. You could choose to redirect, show a message, or hide the timer. So you had to pick one. And I started thinking about that. Like, wait a minute. What if you want to do all of that, And so we rethought this, and now there are toggles such like this here. Like you can hide the timer, which that's on by default. You should, that's always, you hide the timer when it's done. Redirect to another URL. You can enter the URL or use the dynamic content button, choose one on your site, whatever. You can show a message. That's just a custom message, and you can write your own text there. You can show a button, and then you choose the button, and that's great. Oh, you missed whatever, so you provide a button to link to another page. Okay, so that just stop there. That's where our minds were going with that. We're like, okay, you can use these 4 things. Then I started thinking about it. We could open up an entirely new set of scenarios and sequences if we could hide and show other sections, rows, and modules. So we've added that. So show other content and hide other content. All you do is you put a CSS class into any section, row, or module on that page. So you might make a whole section explaining, hey, you missed this offer. Sorry, but we're gonna, you have whatever, whatever your offer thing is. And you might want that to just show up when the timer's over, rather than just trying to use the message or the button, because those are great for limited, situations. But the ability to show a module, anything you want, a section or row, or hide it. And so that you can have something showing, and you could hide your entire, like the whole offer thing, and you could just hide everything when it ends and then show something else. So anyway, I'll stop going on about that, but really excited about that. I think we've opened up a ton of possibilities, and I'll just tease you with one. You could actually add a second timer or a third timer module, and you could make all kinds of sequences. Like what you could have another timer counting down in the new section that's showing during a pause interval. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just go on and on with it. Anyway, now we also added a standard, what I call a standard fixed timer. Okay. Now this is just simple, very simple. You literally, it's like the one that's in Divi already. It's like the countdown module that comes with Divi, although theirs is totally useless and you can't design style or anything, and there's no expire actions, whatever. So you're like, well, you may be thinking, why would we add this if there's already a module? Well, think about it. Now you can, like, let's say, a lot of times you see these for like a website coming soon or whatever. I don't know. Well, then what? It just sits there. Oh, it's awkward and embarrassing when, someone comes to your site and you still got your countdown timer there. You still got your page there or whatever, and it's just 0. Oops. There's just a blank offer. Maybe you're trying to use it for like to sell a product and it was going to be on sale for this long or whatever, and oops, it's there. Well, just now you can combine all of the expiry actions with the standard timer. And don't forget all of the design settings, and we're getting to that. So I really think, like, even if you're just using the standard timer, like you want it to end on a certain date and time, well, that we've just, blown away the default one. All right, so customization and design settings, there's a bunch here. So first of all, custom label text. This was something a lot of people asked for because they wanted to be able to like change this for different languages and translate it and all that. So you can, the label on the countdown timer, like hours, minutes, when it's counting down, 24 hours. You could change that to whatever you want here. And then we have toggles in the elements that you can turn off each of these sections and separators. And by section, we're not talking about Divi sections. We're talking about the timer sections. I have it highlighted one here in the red there, just to be clear. But like, let's say you want to turn off days right there. Well, then just here's the toggle, you turn off days. Well, then you'd also want to turn off this first separator. So you can turn off that separator. So isn't that cool? Maybe you want to turn off seconds. I don't know. I don't know what you want to turn on and off, but there you go. There you can do it. So that's nice. And then we just have all of the design settings, and it's kind of crazy. I'm going to show you this real quick in an actual module, but like all of these settings, like sections, like here you could see like this is a section, background color, border color, box shadows, whatever, everything, for everything, sections, numbers, separators, labels, and then the expiry buttons and everything. So let's go over here to the actual module. I'll jump right into the settings. Like if I was to go in here and first of all get rid of the background color, I'll just show you really quick what I'm talking about. So here we have like all your settings in the design tab. Sections. Let's say I want the background to be black. There you go. Spacing. So right here is already I can start like, let's say I want to spread these out a little. You can do that. Let's say I want to add some padding inside. See that? See how it was the inside here? Maybe I want to make them rounded. All of the, the sections here. Maybe I want to add a red border like that. All right, and things are going to get interesting. So let's add the separators as orange, and we can change the font size and all that. It's kind of like text, like a colon. Labels. Now here's where it will get interesting. You could treat these labels as their own styling, right? It opens up just a ton of opportunities here to design. See, like there we're doing that. And then we could go down to, or up, where is it? I missed it, numbers. Same thing. See, we can design the numbers, we can set the padding. You can set the spacing inside here like this, like that, right? Maybe, whatever you want to do. It's Divi. And we've added all of these settings. These are all new settings. Text size, all the normal stuff you would expect. You might want to make these rounded. I mean, this is looking horrible, but you get the idea, the freedom that you have here. So yeah, there you go. And then the message and button stuff. Other than that, that's pretty standard. Here's where I was, testing different sections. You could add a class here to like this section, Divi Timer Pro hide. And then when it's counting down, this will hide at the end. It'll show while it's counting down, hide at the end. This one is hidden and then shows whatever. I may be saying that backwards, but you get the idea. That's all for this post. In this video, I need to wrap it up. We have full documentation coming. We're still working on some of like the how-to videos and all of that, but we've have everything written, covered in our documentation. Be sure to check out our new product page. If you're new to this, you're just seeing this for the first time, we've just literally revamped the entire product page, explaining everything that I just went over and more. And then, anything, I don't know, FAQs, changelog, roadmap, tutorials, all the different settings and features, like the full list of settings and features now is getting quite big. And we kind of have the little like changelog system here. You can see like the, the 2.0 and just screenshots, all the settings here. So go take a look at that. Let me know if you do have any questions. We definitely do keep our documentation updated very, very well. Like anytime a question comes in, but yeah, let us know if you have something, and let us know in the comments if you're excited about this update, if you think what I did here was useful and, valuable for a marketer. All right, so that's a fun look there at what's new in Divi Timer Pro 2.0, and be sure to be checking out our documentation. We always update the documentation area anytime we get like a question or something needs corrected or changed, or just change the wording or anything like that. We're always updating that to make it as good as possible for you. And of course, be checking out the demos and the free layouts and things like that that we have there in the documentation area. All right, well, we really hope you've enjoyed this update. We also have a roadmap for this plugin, so we actually have some new ideas that we're already working on, and you can see them there on our roadmap. And be sure to give us your suggestions if you have something. All right, well, we really hope you enjoy using this new update.